Today on Wild Savannah, we are going to be joining the 99% of the people in the game. Having played animals such as the cheetah or even the leopard, I developed a little bit of knowledge on how to play carnivores, but I still had a lot to learn. So today, I'm going to show you guys my journey on becoming a fearsome lion. So without further ado, grab your beverage of choice, a popcorn, and let's just jump straight into the video. On server number 1, we were just roaming around trying to see if we could find anything to hunt or maybe any prides. Not knowing if the behavior of prides was similar as Animalia, where you basically get KOS as soon as they see you, I decided to play it safe and maybe just roam around solo for now. I saw at the distance a giraffe being chased by a small group of hyenas and also a few lions. My intention here was to try and grab one of those hyenas because it would be easier than to bring down a giraffe, so I tried to make my way stealthily through the bushes. After failing my ambush on the hyenas and having a few lions around, I decided to try and see if it was possible to bring down an adult giraffe. But of course, we were not going to hunt this alone, because behind us we had 2 male lions. I have never hunted as a lion, I have especially never hunted a giraffe, so I had to try and see how the gameplay would be. I'm assuming that it is pretty hard to bring it down, but nevertheless, we had to try. For some reason, once I latched into the giraffe, I couldn't really get down from it. I was trying to spam all of my buttons, but it resulted in this weird interaction where I was just stuck in it. After a while, it became basically a gathering place. We were fighting the hyenas from time to time, then we would switch up to the giraffe, and then a few other animals like a cheetah would come up and try to get their reward. But eventually, nothing that is good lasts forever, and I think the giraffe had a knife, so it basically logged out. After we wasted a few of our precious time on that encounter, I decided to migrate north in search of something to hunt. We eventually had this little lion following us. Probably he wanted to be on our group, but as you know, I usually play solo, so I just decided to ignore him and continue our journey until we saw a lion trying to hunt a buffalo. Because it was going to benefit us both, I decided to hand him a little help. And after hitting a successful skill check, it was only a matter of time. And to make matters great, we had a few backup arriving. After finally bringing the buffalo down, it was time to give him the final blow and wait until he was fully dead. Like always, we gathered around and ate our reward, and that's when it was time for us to change to server number 2. On server number 2, a lot of things happen, so I am suggesting you guys to watch the video until the end because I think you guys will be surprised. A few meters after we spawned, we could see a little group of buffaloes, probably hunting and killing other lions, which is something that I really wanted to avoid. Although I was trying my best to keep my distance, I think we caught the attention of an adult buffalo. Now you know me, I don't usually say no to a fight, and doing a 1v1 versus a buffalo was something that I really wanted to try to see if I'm really a good hunter. So for that, I decided to let him chase me a little bit, use all of his stamina, so when it was time to strike, we were able to bring him down quickly. Our first pounce compared to the other one was not really that good, but because he wasted a little bit of stamina trying to chase us down, I was hoping that that would be enough. I know that this might look awkward, but I'll tell you this, I was trying to unlatch myself from the buffalo, but I really couldn't. So for a few seconds we had this awkward moment where I was just there holding on to him, but we finally managed to get him down. Now it was time for our final step, which was suffocation. Which I do have to say that I've outdone myself with a perfect skill check. But I was keeping an eye out because he was not alone. As you can see on the background, there were some buffaloes. If they decide to come and help, then our hunt would be done. And after a few seconds of suspense, we finally were able to bring it down. But funny enough, I got stuck on this animation, so I couldn't really get up or even eat him, so I had to press everything to see if I could get unstuck. And to make matters even complicated, a random adult lion also arrived to try and steal my food. But because I was stuck and I couldn't really do anything, I decided to let him be, and then thankfully I was able to get myself unstuck from this animation. So after having a full stomach, I decided to drink a little bit and then see what the other buffalo was up to. Seeing that there was already a lion trying to hunt the buffalo, I decided to stand down and respect the fight that they were doing. Seeing that the male lion was struggling pretty bad on fighting this buffalo, I decided to give him some assistance. Think of this as a father teaching his son how to hunt. Although I managed to bring down the buffalo, I tried to let him do the final blow. But sadly, he crashed. I could have killed that buffalo, but I didn't quite feel it was the right thing to do, so I decided to let him live. While roaming a little bit, we got annoyed by a little eagle. We almost got lucky and snatched ourselves a snack. And then we decided to hunt an adult cheetah. Although she tried her very best to run, I was already keeping track on her stamina, making it as possible to catch the cheetah. But because her body died in the river, we couldn't really eat it, so we had to try and find something else. On the other side of the river, I then stumble upon this group. For a little bit of context, there were two lions trying to hunt the zebra, but because the giraffe was protecting the zebra, they couldn't really do anything. But now that I've arrived, I tried to see if I could help them out to try and kill this zebra. We also had to be very careful not to get kicked by the giraffe, because I think one or two kicks that would be able to kill us. So for now, I will try and gather their attention on me so that one of the other lions would be able to sneak up and maybe pounce the zebra. Luckily for me, one of the lions understood the assignment and he was able to latch on the zebra, eventually killing her. And now the only animal remaining was the giraffe. Because those two lions decided to attack the giraffe, I decided why not to join them. Because after all, that would be my very first time bringing down a giraffe. And so, ladies and gentlemen, this is how a 30-minute battle with a giraffe started. A few minutes into the battle, an adult buffalo decided to join. He was already disrupting our fight, but he was not technically participating nor helping the giraffe. If he decided to do so, everything would become extremely difficult. By the defensive position, we could all assume that the buffalo was helping the giraffe. And now we also had a zebra involving in. So I was thinking, what was the possible way to control this fight? Should we focus continuously on the giraffe? Should we kill the zebra? Or maybe should we focus on the buffalo? And that's when I decided it was time to either focus the buffalo or the zebra, because those are the two ones easiest to neutralize. I saw that the buffalo was distracted with one of those lions, so I decided to pounce him. I was holding for dear life and had my fingers crossed that the giraffe would not really help it, but having two lions neutralizing each one of them, it was pretty nice to see. After neutralizing the buffalo, we also were able to kill it, but the zebra, not so much. She was able to set herself free almost 100% of the time. And to add something pretty fun to the collection, a random impala decided to run up on a group of lions and eventually she got caught and killed in the process, which is something pretty funny. I know that she got stuck because it was obvious, but it was something pretty fun. I was not really expecting a impala to run into a group of lions, but I guess this is wild savannah for you guys. The battle with the zebra was still continuing. I don't know how she was able to set herself free from two lions, but I guess her will to survive is just too great. Until finally, someone was able to grab her and neutralize her, ending the life of the zebra. Now, the only animal remaining was a giraffe. Three lions were not even able to bring down this giraffe. And I will be honest, it took us a while to bring it down and to kill it. But she would also have to be exhausted, at least until some point. And after a long battle, we finally were able to bring this giraffe down. But now the problem is, how do you finish a giraffe? Because as you see, I haven't played lion, and I was going with the same knowledge as suffocating an animal, but for some reason, it was not giving us the animation. So eventually, the giraffe was able to get up and run. Our only advantage was basically that she had her stamina drained, but to make matters worse, our dear lioness has fallen in combat. So now we had two choices, either leave or continue our battle, and so we did. After finally bringing it down, we soon saw how to kill it. This was almost similar to fight a boss, trying and trying with no avail, managing to almost bring it down and killing it, but never finding the ways of doing so. Time after time, we were able to bring this giraffe down, and I don't really know how the giraffe didn't really log off, because it was actually 20 to 30 minutes that we were fighting. So I do have to give the props to the giraffe. After a long battle, finally we were able to get to that final stage. Now it was only a matter of time if that lion was able to suffocate the giraffe. I was on standby if we were not so successful. But after a few minutes, our battle was finally over. We were finally able to eat our prize. It took us a lot of lines to try and bring this down and to figure out how to suffocate it, but I do have to say it was a very cool experience. So I want to thank you guys for watching the video. If you guys enjoy, make sure to hit that like, that subscribe if you guys are not yet subscribed, and a comment for the YouTube algorithm. Also, if you guys enjoy Roblox animal survival games, please make sure to check out my secondary channel, Kato on Roblox. Take care and peace.